Welcome back to the Stand Up and Shout Rock Show with Wisk and Kev, coming to you from the Salisbury Center Studios in Manassas, Virginia.
Yes.
On the Wylde Style Network, powered by Monster Energy.
Fantastic, Kevin. Great job.
Still waiting on the check.
Right?
Well,
5%? 5% or 25%?
25%.
That was a Motley Crue reference for those of you that didn't catch it.
So, yes. And joining us in the studio is Furst Try.
Furst Try.
Jeff, Jay,
Yes.
Doug, and Paul.
I'm in this weird spot where I'm interviewing and being interviewed at the same time.
So you get to do both. I'm just going to listen.
I'm going to figure this shit out. I'm making it up as I go. A lot of this I never really have done before anyway, so why would this be any different?
Right.
Right. All right.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
So Furst Try. So I am with Furst Try, playing out with Furst Try. This is not our first go around here at the Salisbury Center. We did not talk the last time that we were here, because I have to admit, that was the first time I played with Furst Try, and it was also one of the first podcasts that we have done.
Yep.
And I was in a state of disarray running all around the studio that Kevin remembers vividly. I think I lost my headset at one time, or my earbuds, and I was trying to put on makeup, and it was just a wicked mess.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And I referred to you later as Cindy Brady.
You did.
For those that are old like we are and remember when they were on the TV show and the red light went on and she froze.
Yes.
And there was one point where I was turning to you thinking you were going to ask a question, and you were staring at the clock, and I think you were counting down until it was time to go on stage.
Yeah, because it was like 6 minutes and we were supposed to be on stage.
And I was
I don't
like,
know if you remember that. I don't know if you knew, like, where the hell is Jeff, like, at that moment.
Yeah, we're going to have to pull some from the audience to fill in for you.
Yeah.
yeah. So
We're ahead of the curve this time, though. I feel much more relaxed.
very good.
So no Cindy Brady. And we got Furst Try all here. So I've been talking about me, and you guys know me. So let you guys go around and introduce yourselves.
All right, I'm Jay. My day job, I'm a college professor, and I do this in order to have reasons to buy more guitars.
My name is Doug. My day job is a lot of different things. I play classical music. I teach percussion, do pretty much everything percussion. I work with this guy over here.
Doug Wallace Percussion. So I'll give a plug to your percussion, because you do some serious stuff.
I try.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not just your everyday mill rock percussionist that's in here right now.
No, man, I haven't played rock like this in a while.
Yeah.
Long time. It's fun.
Yeah, excellent.
I'm Paul, and I am a high school band director.
Yeah, and you are the director. So there's a lot of classically trained folk like in this conversation.
A lot of snooty musicians tonight.
Playing like rock and roll in the dregs.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
So I love it. So I was brought in to hang out with Jay. So there's really kind of two bands and two representations here with Furst Try. And Furst Try, this is, I think, my fourth show with you guys. Third or fourth?
Third or fourth, yeah.
At least three.
Yeah.
And then with more to come. So I know that we're going to be playing back here at the Salisbury Center again on July 22nd. And we're really a hybrid tonight of Furst Try and another band that Paul and Doug are more regularly in, Latent Defect, because we have two of us in Furst Try. Our percussionist, a regular drummer, and bassist just couldn't be here because of family obligations over the Easter holiday season. So we're loving the fact that you two are here. And I'm also going to say selfishly, I've been friends with these two for even longer outside of the music scene. We play softball together too, so we just happen to have that connection. But tell us a little about Latent Defect. We're talking a little bit about Furst Try, but I know that that's another band. What is that band all about? Where you guys play, and a little bit of that history.
I'll take it. So Latent Defects started with some of our high school friends getting together. Paul and I played in a band back in high school many years ago when this music was new that we're going to be playing tonight.
Yeah.
And we ended up doing different things, going to different places. He played with a couple other bands and then became a band director. Our friend Sean, who was a singer in high school with us, ended up being a financial advisor. We had Jeremy, who was a guitar player, who's Paul's brother-in-law as well. Mm-hmm. We just all knew each other, but we hadn't really played together or anything, so we just got together. Mostly Robinson High School people, including my wife, who went to Robinson High School after I was there, but she was a viola player at Robinson High School. So we have, what, 5 of us?
Not sure if you want to reveal that story, Doug.
Yeah.
You are on like a live broadcast here.
Yeah. So
I'm kidding.
Yeah. So anyway, so we got together. We thought it'd be fun, and it's growing. The band is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. There was a really strong music scene at Robinson when we were in high school. So it was easy to reach out to people we knew from that scene, that we knew played well. And some of us were in different, like Sean, our singer, we were in a band together, but Sean was in like the rival band, But
Yeah.
by the time you get to be our age, nobody gives a shit about that. So he's
Right.
like, hey, man, do you still sing? And he's like, yeah. And I said,
Right.
get your ass out here and sing with this band.
So with Latent Defect, what kind of music are you guys generally playing?
It's really a variety of everything. Everything from like 50s, 60s music, classic rock, to some newer pop music. We do a lot of 80s pop and rock. I wouldn't say heavy rock stuff, but we do, what's some of the stuff?
We do some like Foo Fighters covers and AC/DC.
Like Men at Work. We do some of the 80s pop
It's
stuff.
a pretty wide variety. Like it's, if you grew up in the time that we grew up in,
Sure.
We do like all the decades, 90s, even some 2000s.
Yeah, we have a female and a male singer.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
we have like kind of 2 different style sets. And the female singer is, she's 30, right?
Yeah, she's young.
So we even did Olivia Rodrigo. I mean,
Awesome.
we've done a
Look
lot
at
of different
that.
stuff from a lot of eras.
That stop sign song? Like I don't know my Olivia Rodrigo. I should probably-
we did boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop.
good for you.
yeah, nice.
I just know the bass part.
Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter knows the song. I just know the bass part.
Yeah.
And so Jay, I've seen Furst Try a couple of times, and obviously you have the EVH T-shirt on.
Yeah.
Play an EVH guitar. So tell us a little bit about your background. What inspires you as a guitar player?
Pinch harmonics. It's just really about those. If you know those squealy things, I just want to do those as much as possible. So that keeps me in the 80s. Yeah, honestly, I remember turning on MTV and Def Leppard was on and going, I need to do that. And then later I discovered Van Halen and Extreme and all these shredders in the 80s. And I wanted to do that. I took up guitar. I had like a really good guitar teacher, taught me classical, taught me to read, all this stuff. And then the worst part about it was I was a teenager in the 90s. I don't know if that's obvious to people. Maybe I look kind of decrepit now, but I'm not that old. And that was the era of everyone hated flashy guitar. No guitar solos, no shredding, keep it toned down. Right. But thankfully the 90s ended, and now we're back into people appreciating that. So yeah, I love being able to do something kind of technical. I love vibing with the band. I like having variety in what I play. Even now, the goofiest thing about me is I'm playing in a Mean Girls high school musical over the next couple of weeks. So like as we're talking, I have the Mean Girls soundtrack in the back of my head. But it's actually fun because it's not the kind of music I would normally play.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So and then Jay, like I'm the last addition to Furst Try, and I feel like there's been a lot of ins and outs with Furst Try. So like and I've heard like different incarnations and stories about its origins, but where does that come from? Like from your perspective?
Yeah, it was a chance thing. My younger son was playing soccer when he was like 4, and this guy comes up to me. I'm wearing a Marshall amplifier T-shirt, and he's like, "Oh, you must be a guitar player." And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm a drummer." And he's like, "We should jam together today." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "No, I mean today. Like I'm coming over your house at 2." and we just like I pulled
Clear
out
the calendar.
just pulled out like, do I have a microphone somewhere? Pulled out like everything, and we just played and. We went through like 30 songs. I just like put the music in front of me and we just played them. And we're like, oh, we got on the first try. That's cool. And then like a week later, fortuitously, some person moved to the neighborhood and posted on Facebook, can someone play bass? Like I have a bass player and he needs friends. Like can someone play with my husband? And he was this guy.
Like a play date for grown-ups?
Yeah, play dates for grown-ups. So he came over and just, it was the same deal. Like let's play a bunch of Led Zeppelin together. And we just did it on the first try. And this guy had like this great ear and great, like you could put him in a band and he can look at the guitar player or the pianist's hands and listen and figure out what to play. He'd never heard the song before and he can just do it. I can't do that. I need the music or something, but he can just do it. And that's where it came from. And then, COVID and other things put us on hiatus for a bit, and now we're back. And now finally we have a dedicated frontman, which is really nice. I used to have to be the singer. Well, I like singing, but it also, you're super confined. You can't move. When you're singing and playing guitar, you're like stuck in front of a microphone for like 3 hours. Or you can wear a headset and Sting does that, and it looks goofy when he does it, and he's like the coolest person in the world, so I can't pull that off. So here we are.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I came to meet you guys Days of Five, so we've talked a little bit about this and other shows here at the Salisbury Center. So of course the upcoming Kick show at the owner's birthday bash. If you haven't gotten your tickets for that, get them, because I hear they're selling very, very quickly, which is a great thing. We're looking forward to that.
Yes.
So yeah, and that was my old college crew, and we went literally through a Spinal Tap. We were doing a reunion of sorts to play at the local Palooza here last summer, and we were going through a Spinal Tap kind of situation with drummers where we just could not lock one down, or we would lock one down and then one would pass. And then I remember seeing a backyard pool band basically over in Jay's neighborhood, and I was like, I think that there's a drummer in there that we could like find and like finally grab a hold of and like commit to this thing. And we did. And that was Jeff Murphy, who's, it's kind of funny because Doug was a part of one of those rotating drummers, and now Jeff Murphy's not here, but then Doug is. So it's very like incestuous, like this kind of rotation. But I think it's kind of what you're describing about, Paul. Like, instead of rival bands as kids, nobody gives a shit anymore. We're just happy to be doing it, and it feels great.
Yep.
And I'll say, and then personally for me, that's my relationship with Pete and with Ray Madonna from the other two bands, because we were in those quasi, so to speak, rival high school bands back in the day, and now we're playing together here tonight.
Yeah. Well, and we talked about, it seems to be kind of different in the music scene now. Like when you were in a band, you were in a band, but like we went and saw Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, with Slash, and then Slash is back out with Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
And then, Miles is back in Alter Bridge, and Mark Tremonti does his thing and then comes back. So it seems like the collaborative efforts are much more popular now than they ever used to be. So,
Noise in every band.
Yes. Yeah. And then, like, I will say that, like, for Paul and Doug, beyond like the local like year story for me with Furst Try, I've like talked about this with you guys like for like 10 years. Yeah. So it's thrilling for me, I will say personally, that I've been friends with you guys for a long time. We've always appreciated this type of music. We've talked about it. We played it as walk-up songs, goofily as we're playing softball together. And then like now we're like going to actually do this in front of people on a stage. So that's for me, truck tons of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great for us too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's on the set list for tonight?
Well, Jay is the master of set lists, so I'm going to let you.
Yeah, I don't know if I have it memorized. I do have printouts for everybody, though. We're going to start with Slither by Velvet Revolver. We're going to do Five Finger Death Punch's version of Blue on Black. Do some Van Halen. We'll have some Billy Idol, some Motley Crue. We're going to do one of our kind of signatures is to play a Whole Lot of Love, have a drum solo, finish Whole Lot of Love, and immediately segue into War Pigs. So we're going to do that, and
you're not supposed to give it away, though.
Well, yeah,
Just ruin it.
I haven't decided if I'm doing a drum solo. All
right. Well,
that's gonna be.
I guess I'm doing.
You're doing.
I was going to say, Doug, when are you deciding that? Like, is that like a couple measures leading into it? Like,
if I just stop, what are you going to do?
yeah, right. Just that. We'll just stop.
Yeah. Well, drum solo can be short. It can be long. It's up to you. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Well, at least with Blue on Black and War Pigs. So if your number one fan is here again tonight, that should soothe the restlessness.
Savage soul.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, someone who's not here to hear hair rock.
She was here for that was the Metallica tribute band, so I think she was here to get her thrash on,
and we were not playing thrash then.
We usually do Metallica, but if you're opening for Metallica band, you can't play Metallica.
And we rehearsed
Megadeth, and we're like, they're going to do that too. We can't do that,
right? Because we were seriously flirting with that until we interviewed. The Four Horsemen, and they were like, "Well, we're going to play a couple Megadeth songs for you, Kevin." And we were like, "Shit, like, guess we're not playing Megadeth."
That's it's considered inappropriate in band rules.
Was it like 1982? Did she have the Metallica jacket on and turn around and face away from you?
That would have been better.
Yeah, she sat like 3 feet away, scowling at us.
Yes. That was,
Oh man.
no murder in the front row, but yeah.
I feel like that's an old school mentality too, because like it was a while like. I can't like punk music because I like that. But now people are just like, you kind of like everything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's so crossed over now, and the roots are all through, like when we did our last show most recently, it was the spotlight on punk music, and
Yeah.
there were a couple thrash bands, and it's like, well, we're kind of punk, but we're this, and so
Yeah.
it's- I don't think we're in these
No.
categories anymore,
Yeah.
Right.
which is good, and that's why we like doing this show, because we like metal, I like thrash,
Right.
it's all rock, so
Yeah.
that's why it's a stand up and shout rock show.
Exactly. We accept all kinds.
It's absolutely.
All right. So, like, when's our next First Try show?
Yeah, we're playing in Ballston Local on May 20th or 21st.
I was going to say, I remember
whatever
it
the
was
Saturday is around then.
Back
I'm
at
not-
Boston.
calendars are not good for me. They're not stuck up here.
We've been to Boston Local. I've been with you guys there once, but you've been there prior.
Yeah, sometimes we do them like monthly. It's a nice venue. It's a great place to get pizza. It's a good place to go and eat. And they have karaoke and rock and things like that. It's always fun. We always have their one of the kids, like the owner's child, like will come and like warm up with us and do like Back in Black or some
Yeah.
song with us up first, and bring
good.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. And how about Latent Defect? We see Latent
I
Defect
think
out
the
there.
next two shows we have, we're doing outdoor show at the Town Green in Vienna on Memorial Day, Viva Vienna, and then we'll be doing a show in June, Father's Day, out at Lost Barrel Brewing, which is in Middleburg. So those are our next two
That's
shows.
outside too. That's like
Actually,
we
two
get on
outdoor-
like the back deck and people are just out on the lawn and everything. It's cool.
So, like, Jeff Salisbury was in a band back in the day, and I was like notorious because I've connected with him in the band kind of way back in the day, and so when he would play, I would run up on stage and just pilfer him off the mic, and then take the song over. So now I have that open door with you guys to like,
You definitely used to love to jump up there and steal the spot.
Pose, a couple poses.
right. Yep. So now I know.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks
All
for
right.
stopping by. Looking forward
Thank
to
you.
the set,
Yeah, thanks
and
for
we're
having
gonna kick it to another break, and we'll be back on the Stand Up and Shout Rock
If you
Show.
haven't got tickets and you're listening to the podcast, there's tickets still available. Get down here. It's going to be a great night tonight.